Good morning,
Yeah,
everybody.
good morning.
It was a nap.
Yeah, I landed on your
I
nose.
know.
Yeah,
Welcome
welcome.
back to another episode of the Good News from York Nation.
That's right. Daily dose of the good news. Um, I mean, really, we need more than just a daily dose of it, right? But anyways, at least a daily dose to get you started or get you lifted back up throughout the day or not. But it, it's a challenge that we're facing each day. We're always in a challenge, especially when we are trying to do good, we're trying to live right, we're trying to treat others as we would want to be treated ourselves, and to do good to people, help people wherever and however we can. Life is a challenge. I mean, it's hard to help anybody if you can't even help yourself, right?
That's true.
So, yeah. So,
That's true.
and there's been times, in your life and our lives where, we've had to rely on people. We need people in our lives. It's very important. God wouldn't have done it and allowed this, that, and the other if it wasn't important. So, but we rely on God because He ultimately is there. We can trust Him. And that's another thing that we have trouble with as humans is trust because, well, life. We have trouble trusting and staying on this track that we get on because of life. It pulls at us, knocks us off course, and all that. Well, we're here together because we're facing it. We know that it is a challenge. It's nothing that, oh, it's easy. No, life really is not easy.
Mm-mm.
But with faith, we can get through anything. This faith challenge, the Romans 1:17 says, the righteous man shall live by faith. So,
And faith is a substance hoped for, evidence of the unseen.
that's right. That's
You
exactly
just
right.
have to believe.
Have to believe. And we believe in so many things out here that, I mean, that does not pertain to God. Um, some good, some not good. But we need to believe. We need to believe in the one that created us, the one that has our life in His hands and has eternity in store for us. But it says it is a certainty in the Christian life that you will be challenged to rely on God more with every aspect of your being. This is the purpose of the sacrifices you will be called on to offer. The seasons of waiting. Maybe we're all in that, maybe a season of waiting, or you've been there where you've had to wait for God to answer you or show you. And maybe we're still in that waiting. So we know that we to rely on God more in our lives because, well, we have to go through seasons of waiting and the leaps of faith you'll be pressed to make. Yeah, sometimes you will step out into a new adventure, whether it be a business or whether it be a relationship or whatever. Even with God, stepping out with God is new to people. Everybody ain't doing it. A lot of times people turn away from it. But we will have to have leaps of faith, you know, to keep going. You will be placed in situations where you must make a choice. Do you trust the Lord's wisdom or your own? Is He God or are you? And that's another thing. We can become self-righteous. We can become our own God. And I think, there's a lot out there that have given us examples of that throughout time, and we've seen it. Fortune and fame ain't really great. You know, just going through life, period, you're challenged. You have to be strong, or and we still fail and waver to the side, to the left or to the right, and we fail and we mess up. How much more, boy, if you had the fortune and fame that is not placed on a platter before you to make decisions or do things that is not. Well, we've seen people in the industry where they rocket to success, you know, and it seems like in the news as it goes, we find out that their life is just fell apart, destroyed. Sometimes even some cases, years later in their success, that they've died. They've perished. So the fortune and fame ain't always great. But do you trust the Lord's wisdom or do you trust yourself? Hopefully you'll acknowledge that He is God. But it does come at a price. It will mean trusting Him when life hurts. Life does hurt. It will mean trusting Him when nothing makes sense and you cannot see the path ahead and the burdens appear more difficult than you can bear. Guys, I know there's people right there, what I just read right now, where life is hurt. People are hurting. We're hurting. We're trying to push through the pain and be happy for the things that we do have and what God has provided. Life hurts. Nothing makes sense. Sometimes a lot of stuff makes sense, and sometimes nothing makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah. And when we can't see the path ahead, like I can't see where we're going, that's very frustrating when you're driving and trying to get somewhere, because it's all relying on to the driver and the co-pilot as we're, navigating as we travel through country roads and interstates to get to wherever we're going. But instead of listening to our little maps on Google telling us what road to take next, because sometimes them things will take you on a goat path
to where you don't even know where you're at. We've done that.
Yes. Yeah. But God, He's done got that path ahead of you. He knows exactly what it is. But that's where we have to trust and rely on Him, that He's got it. And then burdens appear more difficult than you can bear. It's just like that one more whatever, throw it onto your back that you're carrying, and it'll collapse you. You'll hit smack dab and you'll say, I can't do it no more. I can't take it anymore. There's where people are at. Wherever you're at in your life journey and you're doing good, great. But we got to also acknowledge and be compassionate for those that are not there.
Yeah.
They are hurting. They can't see their path ahead. The burdens are heavy and they can't handle them. This is what this daily dose and the good news is to lift us from the pit, lift us from the hurt of this world and the lies that we've been lied to and the trust that's been, that we can't trust anymore because of people. But friends, we're telling you today that you sure in the world, with all that said, can trust and rely on God. He's not lying to us. I
promise.
Yeah, He's not leading us down this path just to say, aha! No. He's taken our mess of a life and all the hurt and things that's going on and that's associated with our lives.
And He takes in His own hands.
And he's what? He's molding them. He's fixing them. He's repairing it. He's repairing our hearts. And that does take time. So when we are waiting in the seasons of waiting, and the leaps of faith that we'll take that don't seem like this is a very smart decision to take, but with God, your decisions are the smartest. So
He knows the best for all of us.
Yeah.
Like he knows. We just have to have faith
that's right.
in him.
That's right. Not in me
No.
and others. It says, but in every instance he is saying, trust me and experience the powerful and eternal things I've planned to accomplish through you. Just trust him. I know it's hard. I fail at this.
I do. I know I do.
I have failed many times to just let go and trust him and not worry about what my path is showing or whatever, or not showing. Just to trust him, because I've made a mess of my life before. I've made a mess of it many, many times. And it don't, see, I've made a mess, right? Because why? I took the reins. I said, I'm going to trust my wisdom. And I said, yeah, he's God, but I'm in control of my life. No, you're not.
I've done that before, and then get on the ground and just beg God, you know, please, Lord, just come into my life, because I cannot deal with this anymore.
You're right. We've done it, took it on our shoulders and carried it around. Why? Because we didn't want to wait in the seasons of wait. We didn't want to take a leap of faith because we was too scared about, because this happened to us and this happened to us before in the past. And we also know that our life hurts because of different things and that has happened. But we just need to, he says, trust me. Trust me. And experience the powerful and eternal things I've planned to accomplish through you. If we can't wait, if we can't trust, we're never going to see these powerful things.
That he wants for all of us.
Right.
That's what he wants. He wants all of us
Yep.
to follow him, because he knows best. And I've been before where I'm like, well, I wish this and I wish that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
What I wish ain't God's plan sometimes.
Exactly.
And
it may look like it's the best, but it ain't.
It ain't.
We mess up by thinking that we know. So this is the process. This is the process by which our faith grows. We're growing. We may be this age and that age. I just celebrated 50. And you know what? But I'm still a young child growing in my faith, because I tried to do it on my own, knowing that I have a God, that we have a Heavenly Father that has plans to prosper us and not harm us. Man. But this is how it grows, by waiting and trusting and taking those leaps of faith and doing something that says, oh, you better not do that. People won't like you and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? With God, nothing else matters.
It don't.
So our faith is growing. You obey him above your own wisdom, our own fears, our own insecurities, and our natural senses. We obey him above that. And he readies you for a more profound relationship with himself and a more meaningful and impactful life. Do we want a more meaningful and more impactful life? Some people may not. And that's why there's people of all ways in God's kingdom. You know, like it says, the whole body. It takes the whole body. Some are an ear. some are a hand, some are a mouth, some are just an arm, but they're all important. So listen to God and say yes to Him no matter what. Don't spend the rest of your life constrained by your own limitations. Trust and obey Him. Yep. Let's not spend any more amount of our life, which is precious and nothing but a vapor, goes by so fast. Even if you live to be like the oldest lady, she just passed away. The oldest lady in the world was 117 years old.
I love her. I wish I could have held her.
And she just recently passed away and passed on over to that other side that we say, 117 years, and you're like, man, yeah. But guess what? It's gone so quick. So we do not need to spend the rest of our life, whether you live to be 117 or whatever, constrained, held back by our own limitations. Why are we? Because we're only limited. Because we only think we can do this because we can see it. It's in our reach or whatever. Well, that may never even happen, even when it looks like it's right there. But with God, well, you can't mess up. We can't mess up.
Doing right and following them, there's
Yep.
no way to not.
Yeah.
How do I say that? There's no way to not follow God. He knows best.
Yep.
He knows best. I've learned that. I fail every day, but I do strive because I know who my God
That's
is.
right. And when He's got it, and He's had it the whole time. He's had all of it in His hands, taking care of it. Don't need no help from me and you. But yet we're like, oh God, I've got this. This is simple.
Yeah.
Everything's going great.
I know yeah, I'm doing good. We're doing great.
And it seems like when some big bad something happens, where does people go straight to?
Their knees.
Oh God, help me. Right, because we need Him. Even when you're doing good and everything's going great, that's good.
He loves for us to be happy.
It ain't like God says, oh, well, this one's doing good, and so I don't need to worry about him. He's taking care of it. She's doing so good in her life that I do not even know. That's scary. That's scary because there's only one place that I know of that God won't be. And He sure the heck ain't going to be listening to anybody crying out and screaming for help. And that's hell. But we got a life right now to live. We got a life to share with others. We got things to accomplish that we don't even know that we're going to accomplish.
And it's like when I share my, my story and stuff like that, God is aware how far I've come.
Yeah.
And He wants good.
That's right.
He
Exactly.
wants all good.
Yep.
Because He looks down and says, yep.
And our limitations, we
They've grown.
We can put our limitations to the point where we can't shine. We can't grow. We can't help others. We can't do this because we've put a limitation says that, well, this is why I can't. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So,
and as
yeah,
my nanny says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
yeah. That's
I try
exactly
to
right.
think of that because
Yeah, that's why she said it so much, because it was very important.
yeah, I miss my nanny so much, but I feel like that's selfish of me. But she left so much good things that I remember
Yeah.
and can think back. And when I get, you know, whenever I do get sad and stuff, Corey will be there and he'll say stuff that Nanny did say.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know,
And then just remind her that, hey, she's not wanting to come back here. She's up there on Jesus Street
and
with no tears, no pain, forever. So
she's praising the Lord. There's no time in heaven. She's praising the Lord
right,
all the time.
that's right.
And that to me means a lot.
Yep, it does
It
mean a lot.
does.
And so yeah, you know what? What does it say? Faith challenge. So let's challenge ourselves
Yep.
to wait on the Lord. I've been waiting, Corey. We'll keep waiting. That's all I can tell you. And let's
Yeah.
just trust God and hang in there and do what He puts on us. And
He loves us, y'all.
yeah,
He loves us. And there's nobody in the world that He loves more or less. He loves the
Yeah.
poor. He loves the rich.
yeah,
He loves the stumbling people. He's still there.
that's right. He is.
He's still there.
He's there.
I know you're there. I see you. See me. That song right there, when I think about it, man,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Appreciate you watching. And hit the thumbs up. Leave us a comment. And hit the subscribe button if you ain't subscribed. And we'll see you on the beautiful next one. So peace out. Love you all. Yeah.
And I just want to say, you guys, to everyone, to please never give up, okay? This is why. You're so special, and you're so worth, and you have... There you go. That's pretty.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful purpose.
That's right.
So today, hug yourself every morning. Hug yourself and know just how special and how much you matter.
That's right.
We'll see you on the beautiful next one, y'all. And always, always remember, love you guys.
Boom.
Have a
y'all.
good day.